Hi there, traders. This is Brad Goodwood with the FX Market Insight for Tuesday, the 5th of May. All right, as we come up towards the RBA cash rate, a little bit of tension on the Aussie. It's slowly climbing. I'm not sure what they're expecting, whether they're going to provide more stimulus or give us some more directions on what they are planning for the future. But, you know, the Fed has already laid the groundwork for the sort of global central banks. We'll have to wait and see, but I don't really see what they can add value at this point. All right, so that's coming up in, well, probably about 5 minutes by the time I get this video done. Now, let's have a look at yesterday's North American session. Pretty subdued equity markets, and that's, you know, got the dollar back. There's a lot of tension around these, the rollback of these lockdowns in the States and a few other countries. A lot of uncertainty whether that's going to create demand or an impact, an increase in coronavirus cases. So with that uncertainty, we're seeing the US dollar slowly rally, right? The big fall from last week is somewhat over. Now, let me just have a look here at the major pairs. Now, as I said, the run from last week, we had the Aussie have a good run to the top side, a nice clean break. Now, this is added with Trump's tariffs, right? Him adding or potential tariffs to China puts a lot of pressure on the downside on the Aussie and Kiwi. That did put a stop to the up move on those pairs. Dollar yen is a pretty good sign of sentiment at the moment. Not a lot going on. Okay. Now, to me, with the big moves on the fix at the end of last week, last Thursday, Euro is still quite elevated and probably the only dollar pair that hasn't actually rolled back. I'm sort of expecting a move dip to the downside here later today. That's what I'm sort of betting on anyway. At this stage, sterling, well, we had that nice clean break on a Monday. It dropped about 75, 80 points and is now back in the range. That's sort of found fair value. So that's just trading sideways now. If anything, looking to sell rallies back up towards 125.15 makes a lot of sense. And dollar CAD, well, oil is back at 21 bucks. It's trading sideways up around 140, sort of 70. If oil continues to rally, dollar CAD's got to drift lower, right? That's probably where we are. So, but it's pretty hard to pick a level. If anything, probably down below 140.40 might be a bit of a speculative idea for a trade there. Now, let me just bring you back to the Forex Daily Market Insight. Now, trading conditions, to me, pretty good, right? The technicals are working pretty well. We've got that slight US dollar sentiment. One thing is, Trump is creating a bit more uncertainty, and I'm sure the Fed will be rolling their eyes as they throw in stimulus to manage the whole crisis, and then Trump is adding an extra layer of uncertainty on top. Makes their job a hell of a lot harder, I can tell you. So that's where we are as far as the markets go. You come down to, if I can just scroll down a touch, the active pairs at the moment. Sterling, well, to me, it's still going down on the hourlies and daily charts. Momentum, you could say, is sort of just almost starting to drift sideways, but still to me down, looking to sell rallies. Euro, as I said, Euro to me is well, it's actually the best trade setup as well. We've got still in a bit of a slight uptrend, but momentum is down and it looks set for a break, pretty much identical to what sterling did yesterday. And dollar Swiss, I would expect if Euro goes down, then we're going to see dollar Swiss rally. And we've got a nice level here at 96.90, potentially buy a break of that level there as well. So you can check out the full details of that trade setup on Euro. To me, it looks like a bit of a no-brainer. It would be nice to see some weakness come out of Europe or, you know, a bit more chaos in the markets. And that could create another big down day on the equity markets or something like that. Should see the US dollar safe haven, the default safe haven trade kick off to the top side. And that'll definitely push Euro down on through that level anyway. So the watch list pairs, the rest of the pairs to me are pretty much in a holding pattern at the moment with no clear direction whether they're going up or down. So I've got those in the watch list. And as I said, the key data to be watching, keep an eye on the RBA. I don't expect a hell of a lot out of this, but you know, you never know. And then we've got some, this is where the Euro could take a real nosedive if the Spanish unemployment numbers really blow out. That could be the catalyst for the Euro break if it hasn't already broken beforehand. And I think that's pretty much where we are, guys. It's, you know, we've got non-farm payrolls Friday and a whole heap of other data coming out. So We are going to be looking at the data. I know it hasn't been hugely influential, but I'm sure it'll come into play. Keep an update on, and we're going to wait some time, right, to see if there's the rollback of these lockdowns, and also we'll see what happens with that. So I think some of the data will start to come into play, especially those non-farm payrolls. All right, guys, have a good trade day. Cheerio.